I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. 40% of Americans don't have $400 saved in case of an emergency. People are working harder and harder, but falling further and further behind. That's why at our firm, our fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case. When you're injured in an accident or hurt on the job, choosing a lawyer will be the most important decision you'll have to make. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pugh with Melanie Pugh Gentle Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Since we opened our practice in 2006, there's 5 things we hear the most from our dental patients. One is that they appreciate that we never give them a sales pitch. I don't like being sold things I don't need, and our patients don't either. For us, it's all about honesty and doing the right thing. We believe in only doing the high-quality dentistry you truly need. Learn more about us at drmelaniepugh.com. That's Melanie Pugh, Pugh.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
In life, politics, and entertainment. Join me, Jason Chaffetz, every Wednesday as I shed light on the news and make some predictions along the way. You never know who will drop in. Subscribe now on foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts.
Russia will be put on the spot at the UN. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A Security Council meeting this morning on the troop buildup along Ukraine's border as a U.S. ally also warns of consequences if Russia invades. Fox's Simon Owens live in London.
Dave, Britain is joining the US in warning Russia of sanctions if Ukraine is attacked. The government here says it would target people and companies with the closest links to President Putin. British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss.
The number one thing that will stop Vladimir Putin taking action is if he understands the costs of that action.
But Putin's spokesperson says ramps up sanctions would amount to an attack on Russian businesses, and he said Russia would respond. Dave?
Simon, Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S., Oksana Markarova, told CBS Face the Nation.
We do not want to be part of the Soviet Union or the Russian Empire or the Russian Federation. We want to be sovereign, we are sovereign, and we are fighting for our independence.
Police in Ukraine detained a group of people suspected of preparing mass riots to destabilize the country. Later today, President Biden will meet the emir of Qatar. One big topic, Afghanistan, finding ways to send in humanitarian support for suffering Afghans without helping the Taliban. This after the president meets with the governors. A new ABC News poll has a majority of voters disapproving of his handling of foreign policy, immigration, and the economy.
In that same poll, a whopping 69% reported disapproving of the president's handling of inflation, and 64% disapprove of how the president has handled crime. This week, President Biden will travel to New York City to meet with new Mayor Eric Adams to discuss rising violence.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. The Super Bowl is set.
Garoppolo under pressure.
That sealed it for Los Angeles on Fox. The Rams beat the San Francisco 49ers 20-17. They'll play the Bengals. Cincinnati beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24. America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
The I-75 northbound entrance ramp from Colonial Boulevard westbound just opened back up after an overnight and early morning closure for that ongoing construction near Colonial and 75. So everything off to the side now as far as construction vehicles and cones and barrels. 75 itself running up to speed, heading throughout Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. No problems on US 41 throughout the area as well. Crossing our bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers, taking a couple minutes in each direction. And we are crash-free across the area right now through Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
At the cold start that we had for your Monday morning, temperatures should be warming up nicely for this afternoon as we round out the month of January. Look for plenty of sunshine and blue sky for today with temperatures topping off near 70 degrees. We keep it nice and quiet and dry with just a few passing clouds Clouds as we head into your Tuesday morning. Not as cold tomorrow morning with a low near 47. We're back to 76 for your Tuesday afternoon high, mostly sunny and breezy as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A mix of sun and clouds, but we keep it dry Thursday and Friday with highs eventually back into the low and even middle 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix, long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Experience really does matter. Hi, this is Vincent Napoleon. We're currently experiencing a very different real estate market. Is this a bubble? Is it going to last? Should I sell now or should I buy now? With over 30 years of living and working right here in Collier County, I know I can help guide you through. If you're currently thinking about selling your home or buying a home, please reach out to me today. Recognized by the Wall Street Journal and Real Trends magazine as one of the nation's top performing agents with a #1 firm, Coldwell Banker. You know, it costs you nothing to meet with me, but will cost you thousands not to. Please go to thatradioed.com, again, thatradioed.com, or feel free to email me at thatradioed@gmail.com, thatradioed@gmail.com. Vincent Napoleon, thank you.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF pre-owned sales event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We must sell 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday at Rockstar Harley. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy has reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and watching us on Rumble. Thank you for subscribing to the channel on Rumble. All right, it is like it's weird. It's kind of got a weird feeling in here this morning. I don't know if it's the temperature. I don't know if it's the fact that people were up late celebrating if they were watching football and they're excited about some fresh faces for a season instead of having the dominant quarterbacks, whatever the case may be. And maybe you partied a little too hard. It seems, is it just me, Jake, or does it feel like it's kind of quiet in here today? It's like peaceful. It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like a peaceful, easy feeling. It's more like everybody's distracted by something else kind of quiet. Does that make sense at all? I don't know. Maybe that's not you. Maybe that is you. Maybe not you particularly. I'm talking about them, not you, Jake. Coming up this morning, let's see. There's a lot. The former president of the United States, Donald Trump, shows up to a venue in Texas, and about a couple of hundred people showed up, and it was nice. It was quaint. He was very subdued, and it was crazy. How many people showed up for this event? Did you see some of the? Again, it defies logic. I'm sorry. I know you're not allowed to say these kind of things, and you're not allowed to talk this way, but doesn't it defy logic that Donald Trump shows up to a venue and tens of thousands of people show up? Tens of thousands of people are there. And it defies reality to believe that it was just it was one of these easy losses. You know, it was the losing of an election. Nothing to see here. Everything was fine. Move along. I mean, he got the most as a sitting president in history, but everybody wanted Joe Biden. Everybody knew it from the get-go. It was going to be
true international effort to pressure.
They knew what they were going to get, and it was just like, by gosh, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that's the guy. We just got to have him because Lunch Bucket Joe, feeling pretty good about Joe. So we're going to play some audio from the event because it's not just the fact that a lot of people showed up, and it's not just the fact that it's Trump being Trump and some of the things that he said. You can put that aside, no matter what you think about the former president, where we're told that there are some in the party that are hey, listen, we're not sure if we love Donald Trump as we once did. Yeah, you sure about that? I mean, there are people that are reporting on it, but it does seem odd that so many people are showing up to events. I get it. There's plenty of time, and you've got other candidates that are out there, and people just want to do a little shopping and vetting and see what else is out there sometimes when you have a Ron DeSantis, and I get all of that. But putting that aside for just a second, I think it's interesting to me how some of the topics that the president hit on, the former president Trump hit on at his event in Texas, really do speak to where we are as a country today, whether it's mandates, whether it is what the Democrat Party is and is not. Listen, I got audio from Bill Maher once again. Not that you got to lift Bill Maher up on a pedestal, not that you have to love and go watch his program. He's still a big lib. Nothing's changed in his world. It's just his particular world has changed. It's amazing to me how you'll have people like an older generation, like a Bill Maher, or even a Supreme Court Justice Breyer, who in his retirement speech, if you will, with the President of the United States, Joe Biden, on the announcement that he's going to retire, and Joe Biden had a lot to say about the first black woman on the Supreme Court and how that is going to be the litmus. I don't know how you do that and sit here and just say that that's what it's going to be about. By the way, Lindsey Graham is all about that and has no problem with it as being the way to go. And we're not going to do anything necessarily about looking at specific candidates and vetting candidates and seeing who they are and understanding that if you're going to be on the Supreme Court, you're looking to the Constitution as opposed to legislating from the bench. No, it appears as if Lindsey Graham just thinks that we have to have a court that represents America. In what way? Are we doing this as something that is going to be based on the Constitution? Do we care about that? Do we care about the person that's going to be on the bench for a very, 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 very long time? Do we care about what they think about the Constitution, or does that not matter? Part of this test, as we are being told. as to who should be there. But we'll get to that in just a second. Again, going back to what is so critically important about some of the things that the former president brought up in the country where we are. Bill Maher, who in his audio seems to think that it's unbelievable how Democrats have changed, and it really is about liberals not being the same as they used to be. And people are shocked. Bill Maher and Justice Breyer was speaking about the Constitution. Not many people heard that. They missed that part. We focused too much on Joe Biden and what he was saying. But Justice Breyer was talking about the Constitution and this great experiment, and we have to keep it, and we have to continue to move forward, quoting Abraham Lincoln. Again, Justice Breyer probably looking at the country and saying, it's not the same, it's changed. Well, your liberal party, your Democrat Party has changed. You're no longer the liberals that you think that you have always been. People like Justice Breyer, I believe, and certainly Bill Maher, think that the Democrat Party is the Democrat Party of old, and it's been gone for a long time. And they're shocked and surprised to find out that they're progressives and they're Marxists and they're socialists and they're out there, and the far left does run the Democrat Party. It's like when people see what's going on in China and Chairman Xi, and they say, wow, he's communist? He's always been a communist. Nothing's changed there. All of a sudden, you're shocked. You think that, yes, we've been dealing with a communist party and helping them to gain power, to gain wealth. We've been helping them to do it, and we still do it today. Really? They're communist? Yes. Nothing's changed. So, yeah, I want to get to that right now. Let's just do that. Let's just jump in. Because, well, I'll start with this. It was, it's always great to see the former president have these crowds that show up. And it's great to see that people are still there. They still want to hear what he has to say. There is this level of I guess, togetherness, if you want to put it that way. You're in your tribe. You've got your people. You're glad to be in the greatest country in the history of the planet, and obviously his message of saving America. And one of the points that he made yesterday has to do with the Canadian truckers. And he brought that up.
The Canadian truckers, you've been reading about it, who are resisting bravely these lawless mandates, are doing more to defend American freedom than our own leaders by far. And we want those great Canadian truckers to know that we are with them all the way. They are. They've really shown something.
Now, did you hear what he said? Did you hear that? There's something in that is very important, what he said. Now, for those that don't know, the Canadian truckers that are in Ottawa right now that have made their way in convoys, farmers have joined in this convoy to Ottawa to protest the vaccine mandates, and they are not planning on leaving at all until these mandates are lifted. This idea that everything was fine with them crossing borders and being able to do business with the United States, let's say driving across the border, then all of a sudden you have to have a mandate, you have to be able to you have to be vaccinated in order to be able to do commerce. Like, all of this pops up right now at this time during what is quote unquote the pandemic, and the Truckers Rally for Freedom 22 started out with just truckers and then farmers now. I mean, I'm talking about convoys that are tens of miles, 50, 60, 70 miles long, of convoys of trucks making their way to Ottawa. And they've got apparently enough money to sit there for 2 to 4 years. Like, they could stay right there. The money that has come into this freedom movement, they have enough to have truckers sitting there. It's like, okay, we're not going anywhere. And we've got money to supply whatever it is that you need to just kind of hang out. And you've got Justin Trudeau, who leaves, I guess, to a secret location because, quote unquote, he's worried about his safety and security. Really? Has there been any threats? Again, nobody said anything about a threat against Justin Trudeau, but taking that moment in history and this moment in time and using what is a narrative out there to try to flip and change what has been talked. And I'm not kidding. The narrative that is out there on this freedom rally has been unbelievable. If you go to Canadian media, would you be shocked if I told you that they're trying to make it seem like the truckers that are rallying for freedom from vaccine mandates and many people who are downtown in Ottawa and people that are there, farmers as well, who don't like these mandates, have had enough of mandates, have had enough of people controlling the minority of voices, having the control over the majority? Would you be surprised if I told you that the media wants to make it seem as if it's Russia that's doing this? Yeah, like a Russian collusion hoax. Yeah, they've got their own now.
I do ask that because, given Canada's support of Ukraine in this current crisis with Russia, I don't know if it's far-fetched to ask, but there is concern that Russian actors could be continuing to fuel things as this protest grows, but perhaps even instigating it from the outset.
Okay, so there's a member of the media talking to one of the ministers there in Canada, and trying to make the case that Russia's behind it. Right, of course, the Russians. All right, but let me go back to what the former President Trump said, and I want you to listen to this again because this is important. This is really where we are right now. You don't have to know a lot about what's going on with the this convoy, the Freedom Convoy, the trucker rally there for freedom. You don't have to know every single detail of what's going on in Canada. All you need to know are the basics. It's vaccine mandates. They're against the mandates. They've had enough of this. They've had enough of the tyranny. The farmers have had enough of the tyranny. The people have had enough of the tyranny. And listen to what the former president said. Again, listen.
The Canadian truckers, you've been reading about it, who are resisting bravely these lawless mandates, are doing more to defend American freedom.
They're doing more to defend American freedom. Now, why would he say that? Was that a misstep? I mean, talking about Canadians defending American freedom? Well, think about this for just a second. What's the one thing when you hear what's going on in Canada with these mandates and then these truckers showing up en masse and farmers showing up and people showing up en masse? What's the one thing that is the common denominator? They together have had enough of tyranny and they are speaking out against the tyranny. And they're going to make a change because they have decided that it's over. It's over. They have made the decision that it's over. And as the former president was talking about doing things for America and our democracy, what this means, it's something else that he said.
It's time for the American people to declare independence from every last COVID mandate. We have to tell this band of hypocrites, tyrants, and racists that we're done with having them control our lives, mess with our children, and close our businesses. We're moving on from COVID. Whether they like it or not, we're moving on.
That's the message. That's the message. The message is clear, everybody, that we decide, you decide, that it's over. The tyranny of the left and what they have done to this country, the tyranny of these mandates, will end when you decide it's over. That's when it ends. And that is what they're doing in Canada. That's why this is a big deal. That's why a lot of people don't want to talk about it too much. They want to talk about other things like Neil Young and Joe Rogan. And by the way, there's news on the Neil Young front. Wait till you hear the 2 minutes of audio of the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, in 2018, explaining his experience with Neil Young. You're going to just be like, what is going on? But again, it's over when we decide it's over. When we decide we've had enough of the tyranny, and that is exactly what is happening. And isn't it amazing and surprising that we have a world that's being turned upside down? People have said this to me, and I've seen people write about this, and I'll say it. Isn't it surprising that we're seeing all of these things happening in a world turning upside down in places that are far away from the United States, and all of these things that are popping all of a sudden just at the moment of time when people across the globe are like, we're done. We're done. We're done with the tyranny. We had enough. We're not staying with these mandates. We're not moving until they're lifted. We've had enough of this. And it's when the people speak and they say enough is enough. And it's an important point to remember that when we see Canada and what they're doing and these protests to address grievances against a government, that their government is doing things that they could never imagine, that the way things change is when the people get together and speak out, which is exactly what they are doing. And again, you kind of reflect back to Ronald Reagan and remembering what it all is about. And this very fragile experiment, if you will, that the people need to speak out when they see this tyranny.
You and I have lived too long with this miracle to properly be appreciative. Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again.
And those words ring more true than ever. There's a lot of things that are going on. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele is 3 East. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast and our channel on Rumble. When we come back, a little more audio from the former president's event in Texas that leads us into some of the news headlines that are out there. Some big stories, obviously, that we're keeping an eye on. Keeping an eye on the cold. Starting to warm up around here, at least. But boy, the blizzard of 22 was quite a hit for the Northeast. We'll talk about that and more coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dartagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Winning Mega Millions tickets sold at Los Angeles area gas station. The ticket had all 6 numbers in Friday's multi-state draw, resulting in a $421 million jackpot. T-Mobile will terminate corporate employees who aren't fully vaccinated by April 2nd. 2 Long Island, New York nurses charged with forging COVID-19 vaccination cards and inputting them into the state's database. The pair allegedly earned more than $1.5 million. A proposed gig work ballot measure for California's healthcare industry. Nurses and other healthcare workers who obtain work through digital platforms could be classified as independent contractors. The stock market soared Friday to end a volatile week. The Dow Jones jumped 564 points to end the week at 34,725. The Nasdaq rose by 2 points, and the S&P 500 ended 105 points higher. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Laura Cantor, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dartagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dartagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dartagroup.com. That's dartagroup.com, a Compass Realty broker.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Want to go outside for some fresh air?
Yeah, kind of stale in here.
The opposite of fresh.
Did some reading on indoor air quality. Think with all the pollution outside, you'd be safe indoors, right?
You'd think.
Not even close. Dust, pollen, mold, weird smells.
That's not good.
We basically live in a toxic waste dump.
Dave.
Trying to live healthy, and I'm just taking all the pollution from outside and pumping it directly into my house.
Dave.
Oh, we're filtering the air, all right. Only we're using my family's lungs to do it.
Dave, so what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, an air quality expert comes out to take all that nasty stuff out of the air so we're breathing easy again.
That's best?
Yeah, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They always have 4 trucks standing by ready to help with your indoor air quality.
Seriously?
You can actually smell the difference.
Wow, harsh, but fair.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
Indoor air quality, it really is a thing.
It's a good thing.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less. And we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today. Window World, simply the best for less.
Wink News, traffic.
Off to a quiet start for your work week here in Southwest Florida. The morning commute on 75 open and running up to speed. We're not seeing any major problems up and down US 41. No construction zones getting in your way as of right now for the morning drive. And we are crash-free across Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. Starting to build up a little bit of volume, though, at Gunnery Road and Leonard Boulevard heading through Lehigh Acres, and a little slowdown right off of State Road 82 and Daniels heading between Gateway and Lehigh. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
At the cold start that we had for your Monday morning, temperatures should be warming up nicely for this afternoon as we round out the month of January. Look for plenty of sunshine and blue sky for today, with temperatures topping off near 70 degrees. We keep it nice and quiet and dry with just a few passing clouds as we head into your Tuesday morning. Not as cold tomorrow morning with a low near 47. We're back to 76 for your Tuesday afternoon high, mostly sunny and breezy as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A mix of sun and clouds, but we keep it dry Thursday and Friday with highs eventually back into the low and even middle 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Most people don't know this, but in Southwest Florida, your air conditioner is designed for an outdoor temperature of about 92 degrees and the indoor temperature at 75. Well, oddly enough, it gets hotter than that in Florida in the summertime. That means that part of the year, your air conditioner is too small by design. It's the correct size for the house, but in the summertime it seems to struggle for a little while in the afternoon, which may be very normal. So don't panic. Use a NATE certified mechanic to find out the truth and make sure your machine is sized correctly. Bigger is not better in this business. The right size is the right size. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596 BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596 BACK. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596 BACK. 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Imagine courtside at an Orlando Magic game, a chance to play in an exclusive golf pro-am, a private tasting with a celebrity chef, or backstage passes to meet a country superstar, all while supporting the mission of NCEF, helping disadvantaged and at-risk children in Collier County. Don't imagine. Go to NWWFonlineauction.com and bid on these and other once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. That's NWWFonlineauction.com, a partnership of Naples Winter Wine Festival, NCEF, and Gulf Shore Life.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
We just lost cable a little while ago, so that's why we went for a walk.
How long have you lived here for?
Like 20 years.
Where does this rank in terms of storms?
This was a pretty good one. Top 5.
Have you heard the news about Tom Brady?
Yes.
Not great.
I don't know. Is Gronk next then, I guess?
Where are you guys trying to go right now?
We're trying to find an open Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. So there's a reporter from a station in Boston. He's on location in the middle of this blizzard where Boston tied a snow record. I don't know if you're from Boston. If you've visited Boston, if you're from the Northeast, you got thousands without power. Nantucket is a mess. Boston, like there's a lot of snow up there. Okay, so the guy's reporting. He's in the middle of the blizzard there, and he's interviewing two guys. And then suddenly, in the middle of the interview, he's like, "Hey, what do you think about Tom Brady?" He's like, "What?" Like, I'm trying to find food right now. I don't have electricity. There's snow all around us. You're asking me about Tom. Oh, gosh, I don't know what he's going to do now. I hope he doesn't retire. Maybe he'll come back to the Patriots. I don't really know. Like, what do you think that... That's, all right. 239-479-5592. My son, my 13-year-old, is about to have... he's about to snap a gasket, as the kids like to say. What's the term, Jake? What do I say? If he's about to be quite upset this morning, how do I put this? How do the kids put it? If you're upset, snap a gasket, loses marbles. What's the word? Well, marbles. I don't know if anybody knows anything about marbles. That's a little old.
Well, maybe pop off.
He's about to pop off, people. You want to know why? You ready? I'll show you. If you're watching, hold on a second. Hold on. So I forgot that yesterday.
It was cold?
It was cold. And just a little inside Drew Steele baseball, how we live in our house. He's got a phone. And the deal is that, when we're in the car, it's conversation time. When we're at the kitchen table, it's conversation time. When he's out with his friends, it's have fun with your friends. But the idea is you get the phone, really. Your phone is about communicating with us. And so if you're going somewhere in the neighborhood, you can take the phone, but pretty much, the phone is there. But okay. So yesterday we were in the car and I grabbed his phone because it's conversation time. We talk in the car. You know what this is? This is his phone. I still have it.
What is that thing?
He's got a flip phone.
You can use that as a weapon.
So... What are you laughing at? Don't do that to him.
No, open it. I want to see what it. Open it.
Out there. There it is. Look, the flip phone.
You know how cool that thing is?
The kids haven't decided whether or not this is the coolest thing they've ever seen or the weirdest thing they've ever seen because everybody's got a smartphone. He's got a flip phone. I said to him, if he's going to get a phone, it's not going to have anything on it. It's a phone. This is it. You use this thing to call. This is like grandpa. This is a phone. This is what it does. I don't have to know anything. I don't have to do anything else. This is a phone, right?
I wouldn't even say the grandpa. I would say secure.
Okay, secure. Right. So, unfortunately, I have it. What's he going to do when he wakes up this morning and realizes his connection to his world is gone? Like it's not here. I guarantee you I'm going to get a call on the iPhone thing here. From his... You like the flip? I'm not messing... Listen, I'm not messing around. When it comes to phones and kids, I told you, I said to you, if this kid's going to get a phone, he's not getting... This is just my... Listen, you do you. It's okay. Whatever you're doing with your child, I'm sure you have it all under control. I'm not judging. This is not a judgmental moment here. I'm just saying that for us, if he was going to get a phone, it's a dumb phone. You get a dumb phone, you get a phone, is what it is. It's a phone. It doesn't even have a camera attached to it. There's no camera on the phone. It's just a phone. So, and I have...
If I was to see a young child or a young man open that phone and use it in public, I would immediately think like Special Agent Cody Banks, like he was a CIA.
Well, that's what we were hoping for. And this is one of those construction, I guess the construction workers use it a lot. It's like a big, because he likes building things, so we thought it was cool. And then the other part of this phone, too, is He did say that when he was at church last Wednesday, and he had the phone and he flipped it because he was trying to reach my wife. The kids were like, "What is that?" He was like, "Flip phone, what?" And everybody was calling each other over to look at the phone. You just flip it open. Yeah.
An ancient relic, form of communication.
But it's not an ancient relic. It's new.
No, I could tell. It looks brilliant.
Right. So I don't, but it is funny how far we've come, where kids right now, 13-year-olds, are like, "What is that?" It's fire. Oh, never seen that before. All right. 239-479-5592. That's it. That's my inside Drew Steele baseball for today. Tune in tomorrow where I'll let you know how my digestive tract is working out. All right, let's see. Okay, I said that I was going to play this audio. This is hysterical. So the Neil Young saga continues. This whole Joe Rogan, you've got to, he's got to be censored. We can't have Joe Rogan interviewing people. Even Joe Rogan, I guess, came out over the weekend to speak about this. Like, are you serious? I'm interviewing people. I find people interesting, and I'm interviewing them, and you've got a problem with this and disinformation that's out there, and we have to do so. We got to shut down Joe Rogan. Now we come to find out that CNBC was reporting that Spotify is going to add content advisory when podcasts mention COVID as more musician yank songs from the platform. I guess there was Rock and Roll Hall of Famer and Bruce Springsteen guitarist Niles Lofgren said Saturday that he's going to join the boycott over Spotify. Okay. So it just continues, this whole going after Spotify. What they want to do is they want to kind of press Spotify's or pressure Spotify on this to change their mind, and they're just not going to. And it kind of goes back to what we said earlier in reverse, right? The left wants to cancel. It's so funny that somebody, Neil Young, who was so big in the 60s and 70s and speaking out against tyranny and the government and was kind of like one of those guys back in the day, like the hippie 60s, 70s guy, talking about going against government and bad and, we got to stand up and fight the man and everything. And now all of a sudden he's like, shut him down! Shut him down! There's something very funny about that. So they're going to have content advisory messages. But this is fighting back against the tyranny. So Joni Mitchell, I guess, is another one. I know. All of these people are like, they're still alive? Yeah, they are. Yeah, Neil Young and Joni Mitchell, and yeah, they do. So, but I thought it was funny that, a couple of things that happened yesterday. Or over the weekend. One of them that had to do with Spotify was discussed on CNN. So CNN and Brian Stelter, the potato head guy, looking. That's not really. That's so rude. All right, I am sorry. I'm taking that back. Let's not call out people because of the way they look, because clearly I could be called out as well. So all right, that's not fair. It's funny, but it's not fair. So Brian Stelter, CNN, reliable, whatever his show is called, because if you put reliable and CNN in the same sentence in some way, you gotta lose one of them, and you can't lose the CNN moniker because otherwise you wouldn't know what you're listening to. So the reliable will just take out. So CNN in his show called Sources has a guest on there, I guess a writer that is talking about Joe Rogan, and I love this. About Rogan's misinformation. Joe Rogan is interviewing people. He's bringing them in, and it's like, it's all misinformation. The guy who has 9 patents on the mRNA technology that's not only used in cancer research and cancer treatments. I've mentioned this, that I know this from personal experience, or somebody like McCullough, Dr. McCullough, who is one of the most, if not the most, written about doctors on the heart in medical journals in history. Like, these people are not allowed to have any voice, any say in anything, apparently, if it goes against the tyrannical narrative. So here's CNN and the Sources program, and Brian Stelter asking a question of his guest. I don't even know her name, but does it really matter? They're on CNN, and here you go.
Kat, you wrote on Twitter about Spotify. You went viral for a comment about it yesterday. Tell us your point of view first about this Spotify mess, because it's really dominated the week.
Yeah, watch this. You ready?
Yeah, you know, what I think is interesting about the backlash against Spotify vis-a-vis Joe Rogan is that people are fundamentally angry about not being able to stop his audience from wanting news that is bad for them.
Yes! People are upset because they can't stop. Can we play that again? Here's what the Jake was like, what? Here.
People are fundamentally angry about not being able to stop his audience from wanting news that is bad for them.
We can't stop him. The audience wants news that's bad for him, and we have to do something about this. We can't stop it. How do we do this? How do we stop him? How do we stop people from going to Joe Rogan and getting bad information? We can't stop him. We've got to do something. This is the liberal way of thinking. Liberals have to inject themselves into everything, whether it's regulations or whether it's tyranny or whether it's the education of your kids and every single thing. We got to keep the roads. We're going to have 0 deaths on the road. We're going to be more and more intrusive in your life in order to make it better for you because you can't help yourself. This is exactly what she's talking about, Jake.
Wanting something that's bad for them. So, we're all haunted by the specter of this guy who's listening to Joe Rogan and internalizing this bad information and making bad choices as a result.
Did you hear that? We're all haunted by the specter of a guy listening who can't help himself. I mean, listen to this. How this is nutty, but this is what they're going for. Listen to this carefully, Jake. Listen.
So, we're all haunted by the specter of this guy.
Some guy who's listening to Joe Rogan. We're haunted, Jake. We're haunted by the specter of a guy who's sitting, I don't know, in his basement or in his garage, or I don't know where he is, right? A guy who's just sitting there and he's listening to Joe Rogan. We're haunted by this.
Who's listening to Joe Rogan and internalizing this bad information and making bad choices as a result.
He's sitting there and he's making bad choices. We're haunted by this. He's listening to Joe Rogan. He's like, I'm listening to this bad information and I'm following whatever they say. I mean, we have to help you. This is what liberals think. Like, we have to stop you from yourself.
But Rogan is like a weed that sprang up outside the mainstream media ecosystem, and he thrived there, and he has this huge audience. And that's what's really scary, that Spotify could kick him off tomorrow, and it wouldn't make a dent. It wouldn't make a dent in his audience. People would still listen to him, and crucially, they still wouldn't trust more mainstream media sources.
They wouldn't trust mainstream media. Like, they're not coming to us. They're going to Joe Rogan to get the information. And they don't trust us. Why? Maybe because when Dr. Robert Malone, 9 patents on mRNA technology, which is the technology that is used in the COVID vaccines, wants to go on their program, are they inviting him on to talk about what he knows as an expert? No, they're not. They keep him away. So he goes to Joe Rogan because he wants to have a conversation, and he's got an audience that is 10 times bigger. And I'm not exaggerating. 10 times, millions of people listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. I think that one was 4 or 5 million. It's 4 times more than probably the primetime show on CNN.
No, he does beat all of them combined.
Right.
Ratings.
Easily. That's what they're upset about. But it's striking. It's crazy.
He's telling me I'm the greatest.
Oh gosh. All right. Do I have enough time? Can I play something for 2 minutes, or do I have to go to break and wait till next? Because this is 2 minutes of the former president, Donald Trump, talking about Neil Young. It's a story that you have to play all 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Why don't we take a break? Yeah, we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll revisit this. So the Neil Young story gets crazier. So Neil Young, off of Spotify, then others are like, I'm going to get off of Spotify too. And then Neil Young is being propped up by Apple, and Apple's like, oh, we love Neil Young. We'll put him on our homepage. We'll lift him. Okay, great. So we know where you stand, right? And then, of course, the the idea of whether or not Neil Young is losing money because of this, forget that for a second. Neil Young's a big hippie, big lib, right? Always has been. The humorous part of this is the hypocrisy of years and years of making money off of going against the government and being radical and fighting against the man. And now all of a sudden he's like, shut the voice down. No, I don't want to hear what he says. Which is hysterical. But wait till you hear coming up the story 2018. Donald Trump tells the story of Neil Young giving him a phone call and stopping 5 for a visit. And wait till you hear this story. It's 2 minutes and 15 seconds that you just have to hear to believe it's just, again, it's like, oh, it's so typical. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak, 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now, Trey for the drive at 5, 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Wink is on the march to 1 million meals to feed our neighbors in need right here in Southwest Florida. I'm Lois Tomey from Wink News, inviting you to join us as we march toward 1 million meals by March 1st. We need your help. You can donate at winkfeedsfamilies.com. Less than $5 a day feeds a family of 4. So please join the march. Donate now at winkfeedsfamilies.com and help Wink march toward 1 million meals by March 1st.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
100% organic food and thought. When you walk into Food and Thought, everything you see is organic. Our market, our juice bar, and our cafe. If it's not organic food, it doesn't make it into our store. And it's not just about the organic label. We take it a step further to find out where each product comes from, the ingredients, and how it's made. And that's why we say we're militantly organic so you can shop in peace. Food and Thought.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
Dial star 2020. France Eye Care.
Trey Riegel, your host of The Drive here for France Eye Care. I want to talk about their marketing director, who I love, who in what I'm supposed to read right here, it says, if you don't like the cheese, be creative and come up with something fun. I'm going to read the cheese because I love it. I can't take my eyes off of you. Wait, hold on. Let me get my glasses first. Not exactly the words you want to hear, right? So how about the gift of laser vision correction for you or someone you love on Valentine's Day? I can't take my eyes off you, but I'd like to take these contacts out of my dry eyes. I love this stuff. Out of all seriousness, I do love Dr. France and his team at France Eye Care. They are the experts in laser vision correction. It's where I had my LASIK procedure, and it changed my life. Now, through February 20, $500 off of bilateral LASIK. Contact them now.
Dial star 2020. France Eye Care.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanerbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanerbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolate, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all the above.
Yes, we want you to have an amazing Valentine's Day experience. At Duncan's Diamonds, we're offering a dozen roses and a box of chocolates with any purchase of $99 and above. We have the largest selection of diamond jewelry and estate Rolex watches at the best possible prices. Come see our collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings together with roses and candy. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best this Valentine's? Duncan's Diamonds, your Valentine's Day diamond jewelry and Rolex watch headquarters. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Hi, I'm Soren Christensen with Advanced Wealth Advisors. Are you worried about higher taxes now and in the future? Are you looking for opportunities to reduce your taxes and increase your income? I'm a certified financial planner professional with training in investment, retirement, and tax planning. I'll work with you to ensure your financial plan is maximizing all tax reduction opportunities. Visit awadvisors.com to request a consultation and to see the Advanced Wealth Advisors difference. That's awadvisors.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
Russia has to defend itself at the UN. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Amid fears it could invade Ukraine, but Ukraine's ambassador to the U.S., Oksana Markarova, tells CBS Face the Nation they did it in 2014.
For 8 years, we are at war and we are defending our country. At the same time, in order to defend our country, we cannot afford to panic.
Fox's Simon Owen, monitoring live from London.
And Dave, the United States has called today's talks at the UN Security Council. American Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield says Russia's actions building up troops near Ukraine's border pose a clear threat to international peace. Russia calls the meeting an unprecedented PR stunt that shames the Security Council's reputation, and it may try to block the talks from taking place. A senior US official says it's a chance for Russia to explain what it's doing. Dave?
Simon, North Korea has confirmed its 7th missile test this month was its longest range launch since 2017, capable of reaching Guam, condemned by the U.S. The surge of the Omicron COVID variant that set records this month has waned a bit, a third week in a row, but there were still nearly 3.5 million cases last week. COVID deaths rose a 4th week in a row across the U.S., more than 16,000, the most in a week in nearly a year. President Biden could this week name his choice to replace retiring Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. He has vowed to nominate a black woman. Republican Senator Susan Collins tells ABC's This Week.
I believe that diversity benefits the Supreme Court, but the way that the president has handled this nomination has been clumsy at best.
Two teams that stage comeback wins or go to the Super Bowl.
McPherson and Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl.
That was the game-winning field goal in overtime. The Bengals, losing by 18, ended up beating the Kansas City Chiefs on CBS 27-24 in overtime. They'll play the Rams. Los Angeles beat San Francisco 20-17. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Collier County, we have a crash at Pine Ridge Road and Naples Boulevard, fairly minor right off the intersection of Airport and Pine Ridge. Another crash also at South 1st Street and West Delaware Avenue in Immokalee. One in Golden Gate Estates at Golden Gate Boulevard East and 14th Street Southeast. Looking good along I-75 all across the area. No problems up and down US 41. Heading on our area bridges should only take about 2 to 3 minutes to cross the Caloosahatchee between Cape Coral and Fort Myers and North Fort Myers into downtown. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
That's the cold start that we had for your Monday morning. Temperatures should be warming up nicely for this afternoon as we round out the month of January. Look for plenty of sunshine and blue sky for today, with temperatures topping off near 70 degrees. We keep it nice and quiet and dry with just a few passing clouds as we head into your Tuesday morning. Not as cold tomorrow morning with the low near 47. We're back to 76 for your Tuesday afternoon high, mostly sunny and breezy as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A mix of sun and clouds, but we keep it dry Thursday and Friday with highs eventually back into the low and even middle 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Did you know that if you have $600 or more in the bank, President Biden wants to check your account? Ty Lassiter of Key City Capital here to tell you why. In an unprecedented move, President Biden's administration wants to have access to all Americans' bank accounts with over $600 to keep an eye on things so that we can be safe. At Key City Capital, we are committed to protecting and growing our clients' wealth regardless of what this president does. Our track record of double-digit returns and tax mitigation has truly been life-changing for our clients.
Call Key City Capital today for your free tax and wealth analysis appointment at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Available at Navage.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Do you value professionalism and punctuality? Want to learn from and work with the best pros in the electrical industry? Then you're just who we're looking for. Mr. Sparky is seeking hardworking, committed, and trustworthy individuals. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training. So come join our team at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
An equal opportunity employer.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, SteeleS3Es. We appreciate you watching. subscribing to the podcast. As Jake put it, congratulations to, who was it? The Rams last night, because the punter won the game. Is that what you... I know what you meant. You meant the guy kicking the field goal kick, right? Is that what you were watching or you were paying attention to? I know. That's what you were saying. That's what you meant to say.
I'm ignoring you now.
No, why? Because I told everybody.
Because I'm not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Well, it wasn't the punter. The punter's not the kicker on the unless the kicker is the punter.
He might be.
Teams. It may very well be. It was a big
Field
night.
goal's 3 points.
Okay, it was a big night for them last night, right?
Garoppolo under pressure. Donald got there in the air, intercepted by the Rams, and they may ride to the Super Bowl on that.
Yeah, okay, so the quarterback for San Francisco throws an interception at the end of the game, and that's the end of that. Rams 20, Niners 17, and then the Bengals won the AFC there, just in case.
The kick is up. It is good. Coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam.
Okay, there you go. So I'm just playing it because I thought it was funny. But for those that were watching, you already know. And for those like me who woke up this morning and said, I wonder how it is. There it is. So the Bengals beat the Chiefs and the Rams beat the Niners, and off they go. It is another Super Bowl where the home team, like last year, is going to be the game is playing in the one of the teams that is playing in the Super Bowl. The stadium is their home field, right? Because last year the Bucs won in Tampa. This year it's L.A., right, where the Rams are playing. And from what I understand in L.A., they're like, we got a football team? Like they don't even care. They're like, football in Los Angeles is like, could care less. Like, it's just not very, it's not big. It's not big like other areas like Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville. But anyway, all right. So congratulations all around. There you go. That's my football minute. Dun 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 dun. I don't have the music ready. That's what. That's all I have. It's that's my big moment there for you. All right. You couldn't get the theme out for me. You couldn't get that ready. Never mind. It's out. Forget it. 239-479-5592. I'm moving on now. I'm done. I just thought it was funny that, by the way, let me just make a quick observation from the outside looking in, somebody who, I don't want to say could care less, but I'm making an observation, and here it is. Last week, what was it, Friday or Saturday? I don't know if it was over the weekend, Tom Brady retirement. Everybody's like, he's going to retire. He's not retiring. He didn't make the announcement. He's going to make the announcement. He didn't make the announcement. There's no announcement, right? So people in Tampa, they're waiting. It's like, is he retiring? He's not retiring. What's the deal? Guys, he's not, I'm telling you, he was not going to make the announcement on retirement on championship weekend because it would have taken all the air out of the reporting. Everybody would have been talking about that. So I'm confident. I mean, I don't know anything from the inside. I'm just saying, doesn't it make sense? If you're Tom Brady and you're getting ready to retire and it's championship weekend in the NFL, you wait. It's like, dude, do us a favor, please. Can we get past this weekend and you can say anything you want? And then you got the whole week to wash it all out. And then we get to the Super Bowl. Don't do this because you're going to take all the air out of what is the sales of the NFL, right? Doesn't that make sense? It's just, come on. I'm just putting that out there. All right, whatevs. We move on. All right, I wanted to play this audio before we go on to something else. The former president of the United States with another big rally yesterday. In case you missed it, there were a ton of people there at the event over the weekend in Texas. The former President Trump was making mention how, the big crowd, nobody's going to talk about it.
This is a big crowd. You set an all-time record. This is a big crowd. I wish the press just one time would turn those cameras around.
Yeah, they don't. But when somebody finally did, it was big. It's amazing. Tens of thousands of people show up for a former president, and Joe Biden is still there in the basement. Yeah, he just can't figure out I think that's his. Anyway, so he did mention a lot of things about the convoy, the Freedom Convoy. He mentioned things going on along our border, clearly about Nancy Pelosi.
We are going to start by ending Nancy Pelosi's political career once and for all.
Yeah.
And then we're going to kick the Biden crime family out of the White House in 2024.
There's something to be said about that. And boy, in 22, if Republicans do have the House there in the Senate, it sure would be nice, Republicans, if you do something about investigating what has been going on, whether it's January 6th or some of the other things that are happening. Hey, can we get some investigations going on? Can we dig out some of the weeds, please, there in D.C.? Can you help us out? But he also... Well, he didn't mention, I don't think he mentioned about the whole Neil Young thing and Joe Rogan and Spotify. But there is new news now on that front. And I just teased a little bit of the Trump audio from the event because I wanted you to hear this. It's 2 minutes and 15 seconds long, and I have to play the whole thing in its entirety. But you ready for this, Jake? So, you know, Joe Rogan and the whole controversy with Neil Young, and I'm getting off Spotify because Joe Rogan is passing misinformation, and I don't want to be a part. He doesn't even know. I get the impression that that Neil Young doesn't even know who Joe Rogan is and doesn't even know what kind of misinformation. He's just told by some people that are around him, like, make a big stink out of this. It'll make you some money. Okay. Right? I mean, do you really think he knows about Joe Rogan or even took a minute or two to even listen? To find out what was being said. There is a lot of that going on in life where people will complain about somebody. And it's like back in the day, and God rest his soul, Rush Limbaugh was like, do you listen to my show? Have you ever listened to, like Rush always made that point, right? Do you even listen to what I'm saying? Or do you just go and spout off and get crazy because somebody told you that you should be mad at what I'm saying or what I'm doing when you don't even know? So listen to this. This is great. This is in 2018. The former president, Donald Trump, talking about Neil Young. And if you want to see how ridiculous this whole thing is, if you want to see how the left in this country operates, you ready, Jake? This spells it out. It's 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. So listen to this story. This is the former president, Donald Trump, at a Republican Executive Committee, Maryland. I don't know what it was. It was an event, maybe not a campaign event, but... it was just at a Maryland Republican Party event. Here you go.
But I like Neil Young. So I'm at this concert in New York, and Neil Young calls the next day. So he calls me, hey, Mr. Trump, I heard you were at my concert last night. I'd love to come up and say hello to you. I said, all right, because I don't think he does this. I said, do you ever do this? He said, I never do this. I said, well, I'm greatly honored. Come up. He comes up to Trump Tower a number of months ago, and he tried to raise money. He won like $5 million from me because he's got a sound synthesizer that makes sound better. I said, but Neil, what about all these companies that do this? I mean, they're pretty good at it, aren't they? No, mine's better. So he wants $5 million. And I said, okay, let me look at it. He met with all my people. I had like 10 people meeting with him. Nice guy. And that was that. Then I get a call from him a week and a half ago. He said, Mr. Trump, I'm in Norway or Europe or someplace. I don't know, he's someplace. Long ways away. He called me to say hello. I said, isn't that nice? He said, could you come to my concert in Jones Beach? I said, when is it? He said, like in October. I said, it gets a little cold in October in Jones Beach. But whatever it is, I don't know. He's got a concert in Jones Beach. What the hell do I know? So I said, Neil, I'd love to. Absolutely. That was like 3 days. Then I announced. And one of the songs was one of his songs. I had like 10 or 12 background songs. Now, I'm a very careful guy because Cordish and I have to be very careful. Right, David? We can't play games. All of a sudden, I get this like thing. Neil Young protests Trump music. Now, of course, in all fairness, he's super liberal. I'm the exact opposite. And he turned on, and I guess they were playing one of his songs, background music. And then his manager said, oh, how terrible it is for Donald Trump to use the music. And he's with Sanders, I guess, which sort of makes sense when you think about it. And I'm saying to myself, how can this be possible? The guy's calling me all the time. He loves me. He's telling me I'm the greatest. He's coming up to my office. I have pictures of him standing with me against the walls. My staff is meeting with him. And then all of a sudden, this happens. Like, it's amazing.
That's a great story, but that just shows you how the liberal mind works. It's like, and how crazy they've become. Neil Young, I mean, when he wants something, $5 million from the former president, if this story is true, and the pictures are real, I mean, they're posted all over the place. You can see pictures of Donald Trump and Neil Young together. I mean, that doesn't really say anything, as pictures don't tell the whole story, but still, I wonder if this is going to be shot down. But if that story is true, it really does speak to what liberals are about. As soon as they heard him going down and announcing, and there he goes down the golden escalator, say, no. He's, not running for president. No way. And just shuts him down. But when they wanted something, well, we all know the story of how that goes with the former president. I just thought that was pretty hysterical about the story of Neil Young. So that's that guy. 239-479-5592. Hey, speaking of another big lib who is just starting to realize what liberalism is all about lately, and it becomes the progressive Democrats are progressives. They're not liberals to Bill Maher's liking. Bill Maher is one of those traditional, quote unquote, traditional FDR JFK liberals who all of a sudden is just discovering just now, just today, actually just this month, that Democrats are big Marxist, communist, socialist progressives. Well, what happened? Why are you people doing this? Like Bill Maher's, he's all upset all of a sudden. I put it this way because I hate when people hear something that Bill Maher says and goes, "Oh, that's amazing. He's one of us." No, he's not one of you. That's not what it is. It's just that he realizes that the Democrat Party, he realizes what we've all known, that the Democrat Party is not the Democrat Party of JFK or even FDR. Well, it's really the FDR. Yeah, actually, the FDR thing, it still is. But it's not the JFK Party. No, it's not even close. It's not even Bill Clinton's party. It's completely different. It's progressive. It's like, it's come back around again. I mean, if you're talking about FDR. And so it's just fun when he goes after them. And he did over the weekend, talking about how crazy Democrats have become. How crazy has it been? Let's see.
People sometimes say to me, you didn't used to make fun of the left as much. Yeah, because they didn't give me so much to work with.
I don't know. Actually, they kind of did, but it was Bill Maher who just, I guess he didn't want to say so much. But he sees that the progressives are crazy.
The oath of office I took was to comedy. And if you do goofy wherever you are on the spectrum, I'm going to make fun of you because that's where the gold is. And the fact that they are laughing at it should tell you something. It rings true.
Yeah, well, that's his audience he's talking about and how they're mocking Democrats as well.
When normal people read that San Francisco has basically legalized shoplifting, they think Democrats have gone nuts. They think, that Ted Cruz guy seems like a real stiff. But at least he believes in the concept of shopping with money. It's not my fault that the party of FDR and JFK is turning into the party of LOL and WTF.
Yeah, well, hold on a second. Again, the audience, they're all seal clapping, right? And Bill Maher with his jokes. And the point of the matter is that if he's serious and he's going to be honest, he'd helped to do this. Bill Maher helped to create what is this regulatory, progressive, socialist, Marxist situation that the party's in. They helped to do this because they allowed it all to happen. And what did you think was going to happen, Bill Maher? Did you honestly think that the jokes were just going to be jokes, but the liberals were just going to stay exactly the way the liberals of Bill Clinton and JFK, that's what it was going to be? That's what the Democrat Party was? JFK was no liberal in the liberal sense that even Bill Maher is thinking. But then he goes on to bash the Democrat Party. And again, are they going to listen to him? No, they're not going to listen to him at all because progressives are in charge.
Members of Congress tweeting things like cancel rent, cancel mortgage, and no more policing or incarceration, declaring that capitalism is slavery, canceling Lincoln and Dr. Seuss, teaching children they're oppressors and math is racist.
Wait, I thought they weren't doing that in schools. I thought that was all a big lie.
Making Mr. Potato Head gender neutral. And now
Brian Stelter? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? What? Okay, go. Move on.
And now an emoji for pregnant men. Real.
That's real. They announced it last week, right? Apple's got, or is it Apple, right? Emojis, pregnant men emojis. And the audience is like, oh, but it's real. What's the party doing about that? What is anybody doing about that? Nothing.
I'm not making it up. California just passed a law requiring large retailers to have a non-gendered toy section. A non-gendered toy section? Isn't Ken enough?
Sorry, he's showing a Ken doll, and as you can imagine, Ken doll anatomically is, it's kind of, it's not there. Anyway, but then, he goes off on this rant, and again, there are people in the audience, and they love it, and it's comedy, and they're laughing, but they'll go right back, all the liberals, and they'll continue to be as progressive as they've always been, and talking about regulations. Again, the tyranny of the left and regulations. And Bill Maher all of a sudden wants to be, astute. He recognizes what's going on, of course, being part of the cause of all of this.
We need a law for that? You have to inject yourselves into everything, from where you can throw a Frisbee to who can braid hair? This is why so many people, by the way, were triggered by COVID policies. They were already sick of rules.
Can I just stop for a second? Bill Maher is trying to have you believe that this is the first time in the history of this country that liberals have injected themselves into everything with regulations and rules. Are you serious? Like, you think that it just started due to the pandemic? Like, it just started recently? Like you think that this is something that the left has never done before? Really?
Regulation should be a good issue for Democrats. It's certainly one they're associated with.
Yep.
And I think the average voter would agree that banks and chemical plants and drug companies need watching. Telling a company, you can't dump the waste from your hog farm straight into the water supply. We're mostly all for that.
No. You don't get to do that. You see what Bill Maher is doing? He's trying to make the case, again, going back to like this old school liberalism, like he thinks we lived 30 or 40 years ago. He's trying to make it seem like that's what the regulations that Democrats are trying to do, or we're trying to do, or have been trying to do is all about. No. Everybody agrees with what you're talking about, Bill Maher. No. It's the egregious, tyrannical regulations that that he's going to describe.
But Democrats have become a parody of themselves, just making rules to make rules because it makes you feel like you're a better person. Making sure that everything bad never happens again, which you can never fully do. It just makes everyone else's life a drag. The Biden infrastructure bill has a provision that requires all new cars to install an alert system that goes off when you leave a baby in the back seat, which is something done only by crackheads and people who sadly, yes, do it on purpose. And after every one of us winds up bearing the cost for cars to install this alarm, you know who's going to ignore it? Crackheads and people who do it on purpose.
They're laughing and they're applauding, but don't you get it? It's true. But they'll keep doing it. What do you think the infrastructure bill is right now that was signed off? And by the way, many Republicans signed off on. What do you think all of that is about? It's the same thing. What do you think Build Back Better is? It's the same thing. It's building back broke. It's building back Bolshevik. However you want to talk about it, it's tyrannical. But yet, under the guise of, listen, we just want to help, it becomes, you can't help yourself. That without us, you're useless. You're worthless. You have nothing else that you could possibly do unless the federal government is there to hold your hand and walk you through all of this. It's almost like a religion. See what I did there? But to all of a sudden say Bill Maher is some kind of genius and is on he's finally woken up and he's realized, really, has he? Because all of these things have been going on. All of these regulations have continued. It's over and over and over again. It's constant. And it's built up to a crescendo now with a Democrat Party that is completely and utterly progressive. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast. Let's go to break. Stay break, 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
February, when we celebrate 3 great American leaders, Lincoln, Washington, and Hugo from Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done. For limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 install. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidSWFL.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Hey, you confused about real estate? Sean Hannity here, and I can tell you as an active real estate investor, well, just like the stock market, it can go up one day and down the next. Home values and sales, they fluctuate on a dime. Now, even though I bought and sold homes for years all across this great country, one thing I will always do is partner with a sharp real estate agent that truly studies local and national market trends, that knows the real value of homes, and most importantly, knows how to generate demand regardless of the market. And the good news is you have a truly amazing agent right in your backyard. I'm talking about Denny Grimes with Keller Williams, Naples. He has an amazing team working for him, and he doesn't miss a single detail. Now his system is so bulletproof, well, he can create demand and sell your home at a deadline that you agreed to, or he will buy it himself. Now, real estate doesn't have to be frustrating or scary. Call Denny Grimes today at 489-HOME. That's 489-HOME, or online it's 489home.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
As a small business owner, your bottom line is always top of mind. So start saving by switching to Comcast Business Mobile. It's a mobile service designed for small business that can save you money with unlimited data for just $24 per line per month for 10 lines. Perfect for any small business looking to grow. Or you can pay by the gig. And with access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll pay only for the data you need, with no line fees, activation costs, or term contracts. You can save up to $500 a year on your wireless bill, all on the most reliable nationwide network with 5G included. And it's only available to Comcast Business Internet customers. So boost your business's bottom line with a more reliable, more affordable mobile service by switching to Comcast Business Mobile today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Results vary. Not an endorsement. Compares pricing of top carriers. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes of usage.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Look, if you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, and hip pain, they're moving again. again, enjoying life again with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. And these powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joint, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now, 239-893-PAIN, and wake up to a life without pain. Give them a call right now, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Dealing with a crash right now heading through I-75 southbound on the exit ramp to Bonita Beach Road, blocking the center lane. Heading through Collier Boulevard, you do have a crash in North Naples at Immokalee Road. No injuries reported there. And another on Immokalee at Vailwood Drive, closer into Tarpon Bay Boulevard. No injuries also reported. On Pine Ridge Road and Naples Boulevard, fairly minor crash. No major slowdowns with that. In Golden Gate Estates, a crash along Golden Gate Boulevard east at 14th Street southeast. And in Immokalee, we have a crash at South 1st Street and West Delaware Avenue. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start that we had for your Monday morning, temperatures should be warming up nicely for this afternoon as we round out the month of January. Look for plenty of sunshine and blue sky for today, with temperatures topping off near 70 degrees. We keep it nice and quiet and dry with just a few passing clouds as we head into your Tuesday morning. Not as cold tomorrow morning with the low near 47. We're back to 76 for your Tuesday afternoon high, mostly sunny and breezy as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A mix of sun and clouds, but we keep it dry Thursday and Friday with highs eventually back into the low and even middle 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radio, your host of The Drive here. So I've gone to Dr. France and his team for the LASIK procedure. Just absolutely amazing. I've got family members who went there for cataracts. Now, if you have blurry vision, I want to tell you about France's lifestyle lens. Whether it's clear vision that you need or an extended depth of focus for driving at night, whatever it is, you can trust your eyes to a France eye care solution. Schedule your cataract evaluation today. Team will determine the best lens technology for your eyes in order to enhance the vision results of your cataract surgery. Why? Because decades of experience matters. Having the latest technology matters. Improving your quality of life after cataract surgery matters. Call France Eye Care today to schedule your cataract evaluation. Call 239-418-0999.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
That's you, looking at your garage door. Seriously? We get as far as the door and you're already disappointed? Squeaks like crazy, jams up half the time, grumpy old motor and chain and tracks. But hey, look on the bright side, it's also ugly. You know we make them better now, right? Like everything else in your house? You got a new car and a big new TV, a new smartwatch that talks to your new smartphone. But your garage door, oh, you just let that cranky old thing keep beating itself to death every single morning. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Modern DC motors that are way quieter than that squeaky old AC motor that can barely do its one job. Quiet belt drives instead of that clanky old chain. Your garage can be something you're actually proud of. Like, hey, check out my new garage. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. I promise, I won't answer the phone myself.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
Mo GoBetterGarage.com.
It's a new year and a great time to upgrade your cabinets. You want Sinclair quality. You want Sinclair craftsmanship. You want Sinclair cabinets. Sinclair Custom Homes now offers their handmade, built in the USA custom cabinets without having to purchase a Sinclair custom home. You can now have the same high-quality furniture finished cabinets in your existing home. Upgrade your kitchen, your bath, your closets, even your garage. For details, visit SinclairCabinets.com. That's SinclairCabinets.com.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Coming up in about 15 more minutes or so. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. And for that, you will have a win, just for playing, a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. What a great place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll have that coming up for you in about 15. All right, a couple of things I wanted to touch on this morning that have to do with the state of Florida. There's more DeSantis madness going on where the media just wants to try to dig in and get this guy. We got to get DeSantis. He's just a bad guy, and all the awful things that he's saying until you come to find out that the Washington Post, they go after him, and then they're like, oh, hey, something that he said was actually right. But we don't want to admit that because then it makes him look good. You know, we'll prove it coming up in just a bit. And a little bit more of what Democrats are doing here in the state, which is just a real hot mess for Democrats. And that is not only going after DeSantis in just the most humorous of ways, trying to chip away at him, but it ultimately falls flat on its face, and it's egg on their face, or whatever you would hate to have on your face. Although I can't imagine having an egg on your face is anything that's it's a good thing, especially if it's being thrown at you. That would be awful. Wouldn't want to do that. But anyway, but also what's happening in the state with Democrats. Look, they realize that it's a hot mess here. And even The Hill, not exactly a conservative publication, was talking about that as well. A couple of things I want to touch on fast, and we'll get to it another day. Today's not the day, but just trying to figure out what Lee County Schools is doing. They've got a superintendent search, and I'm just telling you that the search for the Lee County superintendent, I hear a lot about it, and I'm hearing a lot about diversity, equity, inclusion, socio-emotional learning, all the things that are attached to what parents don't want to hear about. We don't want for teachers and school boards and districts to start explaining how it is really important for the kids to be learning about more ways to be separating themselves from each other based on race and other things as well. And the concern has been what a superintendent would do to come in and be picked by a school board that has to be wiped clean and start from scratch. Because I'm just telling you right now, if this school board is bringing in somebody and is vetting candidates and is going through and not really giving a lot to the public with regard to who these individuals are and why are they concentrating so much on diversity, equity, inclusion, and socio-emotional learning, why are they concentrating so much on these things, and we don't have a say in all of this, why are they pushing it so hard? It's just weird. It's like, it was just a couple of days ago, we heard that they had 6 candidates down to 3 candidates. And then over the weekend, we're told there's 2 candidates. Where did they go? What's happening here? How much say has the public had in this? How much talk has there been? And why are they pushing so hard? And again, if this board, this Lee County School Board is doing it, and you have liberals on the school board and those that'll tell you they're Republican, okay, gotcha. But are really big on diversity, equity, inclusion. And remember, when you hear diversity, equity, inclusion, you know that's critical race theory. They're the same thing. They just kind of change the language. It's the same way of being able to teach our kids. I'm telling you, that's what it is. When they're pushing it so hard and they're doing this, what kind of choice do you think you're going to get? And knowing that the legislature is getting ready to probably pass what is going to be in this state, the superintendent of schools being an elected position, then why are you pushing so hard? when all of this is going to be moot, considering that coming up, probably after the legislative session, that's going to be the case. It's almost like people have said to me, it's almost as if they're trying to get somebody in place that is going to present themselves as someone who is the incumbent so that if there is an election, that they have that benefit. Well, why or either that or to start putting things in place that once they're in place, because look, this is how the left does it. Once it's in place, you can't rip it out. It's hard to get rid of it. And to put these things in place, how much has been talked about with regard to this? Just don't hear enough. So, those concerns are still out there. Look, we'll get into more detail on that, but suffice to say that there has been this mad dash and push to quickly get a superintendent in place in Lee County schools when we know that, like I described, the possibility of it being an elected position makes it all moot. Why the desperation to get this thing going quickly? And how I talk to a lot of people who are telling me that there has not been enough time to talk and vet and see more about these candidates. You hear a little here and there, but again, I'm concerned about this board doing all of this right now, especially when we've got an election coming up, a very important election, 4 seats on the Lee County School Board. So that is a big, big deal. All right. And then speaking of big deals, Governor DeSantis, kind of a big deal in the state. I think it's humorous when you have the Washington Post who 5 months ago was talking about, remember, it's Death Santis. Remember, it's awful here in the state of Florida. Nobody wants to be here in the state because COVID cases and deaths and what the governor is hiding. And it's all until you find out that people like AOC and others start to come to the state and then they're maskless and they're enjoying the freedoms and liberties that we have in the free state of Florida. But you don't want to talk about that too much. But they get discovered and then everybody has to talk about it. 5 months ago, you have the Washington Post. DeSantis blames Florida surge on COVID season. That's misleading, experts say. Really? Because now, 5 months later, here's the Washington Post once again. COVID-19 may have seasons for different temperature zones, study suggests. Colder regions may experience more cases during the winter, while warmer regions may see spikes in the summer. Wait a minute. That's so funny. That's what the governor was saying. How do you do that? Yeah, that's okay. Just try to ding away. It just ends up coming right back at them. It's amazing. Last week, the governor was making an announcement with the mayor of the city of Miami and others about infrastructure money.
We've made big investments at the state level into Florida's ports, including in the last year, $58 million. Here for Port Everglades, and I think some of you may remember we had John up to Jacksport in Jacksonville, and we did a big announcement just saying we've invested in our ports, we have capacity. You see all those ships in California or Savannah, we want them to come to Florida, and I'm happy to report that since we've done that, Port Everglades has seen a 15% increase in the volume of those coming in. They have announcements they're going to make imminently that'll be very exciting. So we're proud to have been able to play a role. There's more we can do.
More that they can do. All right. So this announcement about $80 million for infrastructure projects in South Florida. The governor made the announcement on that just the other day. It was the 28th of January. So what was that, Friday? I guess it was that he made this announcement. So he's talking about the distribution of funds and what's out there. And so the left in the state goes crazy. And even outside of the state, the money's from the federal government, a.k.a. the Biden administration. We hear from one individual who wanted to let everybody know that that's Biden's money. You see what he's doing? DeSantis opposed the infrastructure bill, as did Marco Rubio and Senator Rick Scott. Nikki Fried, of course he is such a fraud, talking about awarding millions of dollars for infrastructure projects coming from the Biden administration on the heels of the signing of the infrastructure bill. It's all Biden, and DeSantis is taking the credit for it. No, not so fast. There's a couple of things here. And as Red State was talking about this story, number one, you can check out this story at Red State. Journalists that rush to trash Ron DeSantis end up with egg on their face. Number one, Did Ron DeSantis ever oppose the infrastructure bill? I don't know that he said anything good or bad. I don't think he likes the fact that you've got a lot of pork going to blue states, a lot of the questions about the infrastructure bill, about how this much, my fingers are thinly spread apart, are about roads and bridges, and the rest of it was just pork and ridiculous things, and making sure that you've got buzzers and bells in cars. More speed traps are going to be put out. I'm sorry, did I say speed traps? I meant speeding cameras all over the place. Billions of dollars to put cameras all over intersections. And the like, I mean, that's the latest that came out. People are getting upset about that. You think there's cameras right now, red light cameras all over the place? Yeah, you get ready. But anyway, the other thing is none of the money that we're talking about, this $80 million for infrastructure here in South Florida, came from Biden. So where did it come from? Well, Christina Pushaw and others were talking about this 24 hours later, and journalists haven't deleted or corrected this dishonest tweet. The tweet put out about DeSantis opposed the infrastructure bill, as did Marco Rubio and Senator Rick Scott. The funding for these awards came from Hurricane Irma recovery funds appropriated under the Trump administration. Hold on a second, everybody. Didn't have anything to do with the bill, the infrastructure bill, the so-called infrastructure bill. Didn't have anything to do with it. Are you kidding me? They just signed it. You think the government moves that fast when it comes to allocating monies? And yeah, well, that's not what happened. So it was the Trump administration and Hurricane Irma funds that were part of what this $1 million, the $80 million for infrastructure in South Florida was being used for. But this is what the left does. This is what they are constantly doing. You know, it is amazing. But the good news is that there are many people that are keeping an eye on all of this, so that you realize that when you hear it, and you have people that you know that are big libs that are parroting what some local, state, and national media outlets are saying because they all dislike the governor of the state, that you can push back and go, no. Hold on a second. All right. Charlotte's in beautiful L.A. Hey, Charlotte.
Hi. I wanted to say that I truly appreciate your bringing up about the superintendents and what the school boards and the Democrats are trying to do to stop giving the people the power of a vote. I suggest that listeners listen to the Florida channel because then they can actually see how the Democrats put down everything that we conservatives value and want. It's really and it'll make you wake up to what's happening actually in the state.
Yeah,
that they're trying to destroy our right and our power to govern the state of Florida.
Well, Charlotte, there's no doubt that here in the state, and if you do watch the Florida channel, and listen, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much for that. That if you do watch and you do hear about what is happening, and I'm hopeful that I'll be doing a broadcast from Tallahassee to get more details on what's going on there so I can be able to interview some of these individuals that are there. And, of course, how important keeping an eye on Tallahassee politics is just as important as keeping an eye on national more, and even local politics as well. Obviously, everything is local, but to Charlotte's point, if you watch, you start to see that, look, there are a lot of Democrats who get a lot of mic and airtime to talk about their issues with Republicans and what's happening in the state, and pushing liberal values that they want to do this. And you just have to be careful of how much Republicans are willing to listen to that, to kind of acquiesce or give up on. I mean, we see Republicans doing it all the time. You should hear what Lindsey Graham said about the idea that Joe Biden wants to nominate. It has to be a black woman for the Supreme Court. Has to be. Like, that is it. There is no other choice. Could you imagine in anything else in life if you were to say something like that? That is the way it's going to be. It's not going to be anything else other than that. The way that Lindsey Graham puts it, I'm going to play that audio coming up in a bit because it may shock or may not surprise you that, you've got some Democrats that are just going to let Joe Biden do whatever he wants on the court. That some of the things that Lindsey Graham is saying will be trying to make friends or be friendly with a media that hates you. And I don't know what you're trying to get out of this, because the point that he's making is missing the overarching huge point. And number one, and I'll just say this, Republicans sometimes just don't fight. They just don't. They don't push back. I mean, many people have, but those that need to go, that have been in power for far too long, just play the game. They make it seem like they're fighting for you, but at the end of the day, they're not. Yeah, wait till you hear what Lindsey Graham had to say. I'll have that coming up in just a bit. I'm looking at the clock. We got to go. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. Why don't you call right now? 239-479-5592. And you will win a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Restaurant and Bar, otherwise known as Alda's Diner, the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. It's a great place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can even talk politics in there. It's a comfortable, fantastic place to be. So just for playing, you will win that gift certificate. We'll take the 9th caller next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea.
Heading out right now to I-75 southbound, the exit to Bonita Beach Road, mile marker 116. A crash getting cleared from that center lane. It's been causing some roadblock for a while, but should be getting out of the way right now. Also on Immokalee Road in North Naples, a crash over at Immokalee and Collier, and still dealing with a crash at Pine Ridge Road and Naples Boulevard. So expect to see some delays at your morning commute across the Naples area in general. Looking good along the rest of 75. 41, not seeing any problems. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the cold start to your Monday, temperatures should be warming up nicely and there are plenty of sunshine for today. Look for highs near 70 degrees as we head towards this afternoon. Tonight, we fall back to near 47 degrees, waking up on your Tuesday morning. Another chilly start to the day, but we'll continue to warm up from there. 76 for tomorrow's high under mostly sunny sky. A mix of sun and clouds Wednesday, Thursday, as highs eventually bump back into the 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right.
At Mr.
all
Sparky,
along.
we're America's on-time electrician. Do you value professionalism and punctuality? Want to learn from and work with the best pros in the electrical industry? Then you're just who we're looking for. Mr. Sparky is seeking hardworking, committed, and trustworthy individuals. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training. So come join our team at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
An equal opportunity employer.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Alda's Diner in Naples makes everything from scratch with daily homemade specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy big portions of your favorite comfort foods, from steak and eggs or pancakes for breakfast to fantastic salads or their famous Donald J. Burger for lunch or dinner. And don't forget about Alda's extensive bar menu with drink specials for the perfect start to your evening. Make Alda's your go-to spot. They're on the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in Naples. Alda's Diner. There's no place like it.
100% organic food and thought.
When you walk into Food and Thought, everything you see is organic. Our market, our juice bar, and our cafe. If it's not organic food, it doesn't make it into our store. And it's not just about the organic label. We take it a step further to find out where each product comes from, the ingredients, and how it's made. And that's why we say we're militantly organic so you can shop in peace.
Food and Thought.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Paul. Paul's in Naples. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Drew. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Paul, who was the vice president in 2005? The vice president in 2005.
Vice President Dick Cheney.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if we get a bachelor's on this question. The states that remained loyal to the U.S. during the Civil War were known as what?
The Union.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Can you name 3 wars that were fought by the United States in the 1900s? 3 of them.
Let me see. The French and Indian War. The Civil War.
In the 1900s. 1900s.
Oh, okay. World War I, World War II, Korea.
There you go. Okay. He was going down a road, and I wanted to pull him off the road. Hold on. I just want to make sure he heard that. Okay, good. All right. So you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Let's see. In 1924, J. Edgar Hoover became the head of what branch or what organization, what bureaucracy in the United States government?
The executive branch, president.
J. Edgar Hoover. No. J. Edgar Hoover.
Sorry, the FBI. Hold on. I thought you meant Herbert Hoover. FBI.
Yes. Can we accept that he corrected himself and got J. Edgar as opposed to Hoover? Yeah. Okay. Herbert Hoover. Yeah. Okay.
I thought you meant Herbert Hoover.
No, different Hoover. Different Hoover. Okay. Good thing I didn't say anything about vacuum cleaners. Otherwise. All right. Hey, congratulations. All right. Good job, Paul. You got yourself a sort of weird way to get to a PhD, but you got it, and you got yourself a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Diner at 951 in Vanderbilt Beach Road. So stay there, okay?
Awesome,
congratulations.
Man.
All right.
I love the show, man. You're a good guy.
Oh, well, thanks. Back at you. I appreciate that. What are you smiling at, Jake? He said, I'm a good guy. What's the matter? What's the matter with that? Well, it's better than say, hey, I love your show. You're a jerk. And you don't usually hear that. It's like, that wouldn't be good.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. .5 Fox News. Right all along.
Russia will be on the hot seat at the UN. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A Security Council meeting this morning will focus on the big troop buildup on Ukraine's border.
Russia holds a veto on the council, and China sits on the Security Council. Not much tangible is expected to come out of this. This as Russia sends fighter jets to its Baltic region of Kaliningrad, and blood and medical supplies were delivered to the front in recent days.
Fox's Amy Kellogg in Moscow. Britain has joined the U.S., warning Russia of economic consequences if it invades Ukraine. President Biden will meet with the ruling leader of Qatar today. One topic for discussion, humanitarian aid to Afghanistan that doesn't help the Taliban. Already convicted of murder, it's back to court today for the father and son in Ahmaud Arbery's death in Georgia. Fox's Evan Brown is on the case live.
Yeah, Dave, both Gregory and Travis McMichael, the father and adult son convicted by a Georgia court in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery near Brunswick, were due to stand trial starting today in a federal court accused of violating Arbery's civil rights. But a plea deal has been reached, reportedly, and terms are expected to be announced this morning. The McMichaels and their neighbor, William Bryant, were all sentenced to life in prison by the state for chasing down and shooting Arbery, who was jogging through their neighborhood. An attorney for the Arbery family says they oppose this plea deal, Dave.
Been for the fourth week in a row, COVID deaths have risen in the U.S. The more than 16,500 was the most in a week in nearly a year. COVID cases dropped a third straight week, though. There were still almost 3.5 million. For the second year in a row, the Super Bowl will be a home game for one of the teams. The Rams get to play the Bengals in Los Angeles after a 20-17 comeback win over San Francisco on CBS. Quarterback Matthew Stafford.
We're a resilient bunch, man. We freaking turn it over on the first drive, do some things that aren't like us, find a way to win the dang game, and that's what it's all about.
Cincinnati got to the Super Bowl with a comeback win, beating the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24 in overtime. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now to I-75 southbound, the exit to Bonita Beach Road, mile marker 116. A crash getting cleared from that center lane. It's been causing some roadblock for a while, but should be getting out of the way right now. Also on Immokalee Road in North Naples, a crash over at Immokalee and Collier, and still dealing with a crash at Pine Ridge Road and Naples Boulevard. So expect to see some delays at your morning commute across the Naples area in general. Looking good along the rest of 75. 41 not seeing any problems. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
That's the cold start that we had for your Monday morning. Temperatures should be warming up nicely for this afternoon as we round out the month of January. Look for plenty of sunshine and blue sky for today, with temperatures topping off near 70 degrees. We keep it nice and quiet and dry with just a few passing clouds as we head into your Tuesday morning. Not as cold tomorrow morning with a low near 47. We're back to 76 for your Tuesday afternoon high, mostly sunny and breezy as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A mix of sun and clouds, but we keep it dry Thursday and Friday with highs eventually back into the low and even middle 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Lusk, Dray Sites, and Telesano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Telesano. ldtlaw.com.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit NaplesNissan.com for full details.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Taxes are complicated, an industry that can have monthly law changes. This year, so many refundable credits, like kids, up to $3,600 per child, or earned income credits, nearly $7,000. Daycare, you're looking at another $8,000. Don't forget to reconcile your advanced child care credits or your stimulus money. That's where EG Tax comes in, your low-cost, high-value, knowledgeable tax team. We're located in Airport Pulling Road in Naples. Call 239-262-2009 or click egtax.com.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here. At Duncan's Diamonds, we are the finest previously enjoyed Rolex watches, and we give a 2-year warranty. Come in and try them on. We offer great financing plans, too, of up to 60 months.
Valentine's Day is coming, and at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the largest selection of diamond jewelry at the best possible prices. Come see our enormous collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be the best. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolates, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all of the above with any purchase, $99 or more. And we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. You can count on it. Come see us today. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
This winter, Comcast Business is helping Team USA and businesses across America stay ahead during the Olympic Winter Games. Keep yours ahead, too, with reliable connectivity and secure solutions on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. And get access to over 20 million Wi-Fi hotspots from coast to coast to help you stay connected on the go. So no matter what big event comes up, your team can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with Internet and Voice for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to get free installation and 1 month free with a qualifying bundle. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to learn more. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second Internet and 1 voice line customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself.
Window World, simply the best for less.
thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talking text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and watching our channel on Rumble. Started out as a very good day. Jake was making a comment about my hair and saying that he likes the way my hair looks today. I don't know what the difference is. I got a cut last week, so he likes my haircut. If you're watching at DrewSteele.com, this is it. There it is, the coif that is Jake approved. So big ups, as the kids say, to I was going to say my hairstylist, but is that the guy that cuts my hair? Is that, I don't know, is that right? A hairstylist, right? That's what you would say, a hairstylist. I mean, I wouldn't say beautician.
Barber, maybe?
Barber. Well, but he's not really a barber. He's just a guy who cuts my hair.
Does he hit you with a straight razor?
No.
Then you're right, he's not.
Correct.
Stylist.
Yeah, that is a remarkable thing. Can we just stop and take notice of that for just a second? And I promise we've got a lot of stuff coming up. That is a remarkable thing, that what you can do with I can't go one single day without cutting myself shaving. And there's like 5 different blades on there, and it's got the little strip on there, so you don't, the smooth strip on that, which doesn't, I don't know if that does anything or not. It's gooey. And I don't even want to know what's in it or where it comes from. But this guy comes up with a straight blade, and since time immemorial, it's like, guy can come up with a straight blade and be like, just clean you all up. Not a nick, nothing. Smooth as a baby's tush. All right, boy, did we get off topic. All right, a couple of things we're going to talk about this morning. Let's see. Jen Psaki was talking with, I don't know, on some podcast, and these people are delusional. I don't know what else to say. The left in this country is absolutely delusional. We got a lot of this coming up. Jen Psaki was talking about the disastrous press conference that the Biden, that Joe Biden had just the other day, and was asked about that.
90 minutes in, were you surprised by how long it was going?
Okay, first of all, so the guy's asking 90 minutes in. Yeah, I mean, he's still awake. I mean, there's that. Well, let's see what she says.
I was in the back and I was thinking, do I cut this off?
Yes, you cut him off. You should have, but she didn't. And then there was another part where this comes up. What has been discussed on the major media outlets and over the weekend, what she sees on Fox. It's not just about what she's seeing on the TV. But wait till you hear how she characterizes this. Listen.
If you look at Fox on a daily basis, I mean, do you remember the 4 boxes that we had on all the TVs, right? Which is on my TV right now. So right now, just to give you a sense, so CNN, Pentagon, as many as 8,500 U.S. troops on heightened alert. Okay, true. Same on MSNBC. CNBC is doing their own thing about the market. And then on Fox is Jeanine Pirro talking about soft on crime consequences. I mean, what does that even mean? Right?
What does that even mean? Soft on crime policies and the consequences? She doesn't know what that means? Of course she knows what that means. Like the laughter, like joking about that. Soft on crime policies. How many times have we seen things on the streets of this country? Whether it's some of the issues of what is happening in places like California and other states, where because of the fact that, listen, you can go in and take up to $1,000 worth of merchandise and nobody's going to say anything, and you got shoplifting going crazy off the charts. That would be soft on crime policies. Some of the soft on crime policies that are taking the lives of our real heroes out there, those that will run towards danger while you're running away from danger, our first responders, our police officers. Did you see any of the pictures from New York City as they are laying to rest one of their own, killed in the line of duty? And here you go, officers, as far as the eye can see, supporting the men in blue. Just an outpouring, an unbelievable outpouring. Soft on crime policies. You don't see that? Like, how is that even possible that you can say something like that? But they do. And they don't get questioned. It was wasn't it in New York City over the weekend? Officer Rivera, the widow of Officer Rivera, saying in a powerful eulogy that the system continues to fail us. That she knows that the new DA, where she said, I know you were tired of the laws, especially the ones from the new DA. I hope he's watching you speak through me right now, as she was doing this powerful emotional eulogy. A DA who was talking about not prosecuting certain crimes in the city of New York, which will just lead to more of what we have witnessed with an officer losing his life in the line of duty again. How you could say things like that as if it's some imaginary thing that's, at least recognize that that is what Fox decided to talk about. The soft on crime policies. Recognize what it is, but they won't, because it's a failure of this administration. It's a failure of the Democrat Party. It's a failure of leftist policies, progressive policies, DAs that are being paid off. That there are progressives that have figured out that the way to bring demise to a great country is to do it from within, to have DAs that won't prosecute, to have chaos on the street, the kind of chaos like we saw in 2020. By the way, speaking of that, the chaos on the streets, there's some Black Lives Matter news on the heels of what we talked about last week. The fact that nobody knows where the Black Lives Matter leadership is. They're gone. Gone. Completely gone. Nobody knows what's going on with them right now. They have no idea where they are. Now we come to find out that we've got a story about Black Lives Matter sending millions to a Canada charity to buy mansions. They transferred millions to a Canadian charity run by the wife of its co-founder to purchase a sprawling mansion that once served as the headquarters of the Communist Party. Are you following this? Hello? A Toronto-based nonprofit set up by Kanaya Khan and other Canadian activists snagged the 10,000 square foot historic property for the equivalent of $6 million in cash in July 2021. The New York Post found this out. Khan is the wife of Patrice Khan Cullors, a co-founder of Black Lives Matter Global Foundation Network and a self-avowed Marxist. Remember, she was talking about Marxism in their philosophy, the Black Lives Matter philosophy. She resigned from the group last year, a month after the Post revealed that she spent $3 million on homes in Georgia and LA. The purchase of the Toronto property came to light amid mounting concerns over the U.S. activist group's lack of transparency on its finances. Nobody knows where they are. They're gone. The Washington Examiner had that story about two activists being put in place to manage the organization after the resignation of Cullors. They left in September, and they're like, we don't know who's managing the group's $66 million windfall from all of the nonprofits that have come in and the donations. They have no idea what to do. And you have businesses that continue to send money, a portion of the proceeds going to Black Lives Matter. Why? Are businesses even questioning this now and what they're about and what they're doing with your money? It's outrageous. But, you have those in the White House and Jen Psaki and others that are like, well, really, you're talking about crime, a soft on crime policy. What are we even talking about here? It's a joke. It's a joke in more ways than one. And again, playing the audio that we played earlier, if you're looking at Bill Maher, who talked about how crazy Democrats are getting with some of the policies and the issues and regulations and the like. What did he say?
Members of Congress tweeting things like cancel rent, cancel mortgage, and no more policing or incarceration, declaring that capitalism is slavery, canceling Lincoln and Dr. Seuss, teaching children they're oppressors and math is racist, making Mr. Potato Head gender neutral, and now an emoji for pregnant men. Real, I'm not making it up. California just passed a law requiring large retailers to have a non-gendered toy section. A non-gendered toy section? Isn't Ken enough?
All right, well, and then they shows the Ken doll and, the anatomic stuff on it. Anyway, the point is, you heard all of the policies. They're all leftist policies. They're all Democrat policies. They're Democrat politicians. There's something else that's remarkable, because I may be missing something, but I don't think I am. And it's this. The way that we are going to save the country, partially the way we're going to save the country from some of the crazy leftist policies that are ending up in our schools, in our school districts, on our streets, and teaching our kids and businesses and the like, and making light of it and ignoring the soft on crime policies and what it is doing on the streets of America, and all of the things that we see, all the things that Bill Maher just described, every single one of them that are Democrat policies, a pregnant man emoji, all of it, from the most outrageous, ridiculous, crazy to the real tangible policies that are being put in place. Not only is it the ability for us to vote, right? Not only is it the ability for us to get to our polling place and to make sure that we elect people to do the will of the people. And that's even school boards, everybody, and hopefully what will be elected superintendents. So we don't have to have a rogue, out-of-control school board starting to bring somebody in quickly into a school district a la Lee County without having those people vetted and finding out, hey, listen, we're not doing diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? We're not getting too crazy with that socio-emotional learning. We're not doing that, right? We're not doing critical race theory, right? We're not doing any of those things. We're not bringing somebody in like that, especially when somebody will be elected to that position. You're not like quickly trying to bring somebody in before the legislature finishes up, are you? You wouldn't do that, right? Knowing full well that in just about a month and a half, the legislature may actually vote on having, and the governor may sign, having superintendents be elected positions in school boards. I mean, the superintendent of schools being an elected position, and you want to hurry up and speed up to get somebody in before. You wouldn't do that, right? I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It might make sense to go slow and vet the process and wait until after the legislature's finished to figure it out, because then you may not have the kind of say in this that you think you have, or that you should have, being that 4 seats are going to be up in 22, and we might have something to say about all of this. But the other thing, too, is to look to the Supreme Court, not as the end-all, be-all arbiter, because the Supreme Court doesn't make the ultimate decisions, although there are a lot of people that believe it is. It's about making the right constitutional decisions. And this is important. Don't miss this. What I'm about to say here is very, very important. Don't miss this. Because Lindsey Graham said something yesterday, over the weekend, on Face the Nation. Lindsey Graham, who wants to be everybody's buddy. Lindsey Graham, who has a lot of juice. Lindsey Graham, who, again, if we're talking about Republicans who are ready to push back and do the right thing, Lindsey Graham's not one of them. He's not. But listen to this, what he says about the appointment of the next Supreme Court justice, Joe Biden, saying it's got to be a black woman. It has to be. That is the way it is, period, full stop. And he says...
And President Reagan said, running for office, that he wanted to put the first female on the court. Whether you like it or not, Joe Biden said, I'm going to pick an African-American woman to serve on the Supreme Court. I believe there are plenty of qualified African-American women, conservative and liberal, that could go onto the court. So I don't see Michelle Childs as an act of affirmative action. I do see putting a black woman on the court, making the court more like America. In the history of our country, we've only had 5 women serve and 2 African American men.
What is he doing? He's playing right into their narrative. We want to make the Supreme Court look more like America. That's not what this is about. You're missing the point. Trying to make the case Ronald Reagan did this and Donald Trump did this as well, and everybody who's talking about women. Well, what's the difference? There's a huge difference. And again, he's missing the point. To do what? To placate to a media that hates him? The point is very simple. Don't you get it? It's not about necessarily a black woman on the Supreme Court the first time, and we have to do that, and it has to be. It has to do with who specifically the person is and their beliefs and their ideology and what they think about the rule of law and the Constitution in this country. Because when Lindsey Graham tries to make the case,
qualified African-American women, conservative and liberal, that could go onto the court.
Of course, there's plenty of qualified black women in this country to be on the Supreme Court. There are plenty of Asian women. There are plenty of people across the board that are qualified to be. But the question is, when they get there, do you honestly think that Joe Biden, as president of the United States, is going to nominate somebody that is going to legislate from the bench as a progressive liberal, or somebody who's going to be an originalist and look to the Constitution? You know the answer. That's the difference. And Lindsey Graham should know better. He should know better. He plays right into the narrative, but that's not what it's about. It's about what this person believes. Just outrageous. I can't believe he did that. You understand, Jake, you understand what I'm saying? I hope I'm making my point clear. It's about what they believe fundamentally. It's not who the person is. You're not looking at the gender or color of their skin. You're not looking at that at all. We shouldn't be. But they're not going to elect or nominate somebody that's going to be looking to the Constitution, the rule of law, and an originalist. They're not going to be at all. And that's the point. And he just fell right in it. All right. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on, something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. We probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floor Meisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store. It's 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco, or online at floormeisters.com.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feed store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, When you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Forget the senseless talk. You need news and information, and you need it now.
Wink News now. Wink News now.
The most comprehensive, most trusted, and coming to you first.
Breaking right now at 3.
We know you'll agree. The place to be at 3 is Wink TV.
When it comes to business news, Gulf Shore Business covers Gulf Shore businesses like nobody's business. Daily coverage of local breaking business news you can't get anywhere else. Subscribe today for the free daily Gulf Shore Business newsletter. Text GB to 239-498-8500.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanerbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanerbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanerbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Crash just east of I-75 on State Road 82 at Leiter to Knott Lane, causing major westbound backups from Buckingham Road all the way through I-75. 75 southbound backed up as well, heading down toward Colonial Boulevard, so you may want to take Ortiz Avenue instead. Not too bad on US 41 right now, but if you're heading through Collier County, we are dealing with a crash over toward Collier Boulevard and Immokalee Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
That's the cold start that we had for your Monday morning. Temperatures should be warming up nicely for this afternoon as we round out the month of January. Look for plenty of sunshine and blue sky for today, with temperatures topping off near 70 degrees. We keep it nice and quiet and dry with just a few passing clouds as we head into your Tuesday morning. Not as cold tomorrow morning with a low near 47. We're back to 76 for your Tuesday afternoon high, mostly sunny and breezy as we head into your Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A mix of sun and clouds, but we keep it dry Thursday and Friday with highs eventually back into the low and even middle 80s. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. I'm inviting you to visit our just opened new location in Fort Myers on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue. We've relocated from Daniels and I-75. It's the ultimate sports bar with TVs stacked to a high ceiling, huge indoor seating area, and large outdoor porch. And still the best food in town. Enjoy the area's best ribs, burgers, chicken wings, and Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Stevie Tomatoes isn't just a sports bar. We're striving to be the sports bar in Naples, Cape Coral, and now on Colonial Boulevard by Winkler Avenue in Fort Myers. Stevie Tomatoes. Come for the food, stay for the sports, and fun. Just come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
The new year means new opportunity to save money on your insurance.
Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. Now is the perfect time to take a look at your plans for the year ahead. If you're considering a move, getting a new car, have new drivers hitting the road, or just want to reevaluate your coverage and costs, give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Let's roll, America. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in during Naples Nissan's Let's Roll America sales event. Hey, Southwest Florida, Aaron Walker here. Come roll with us at Naples Nissan and get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in, whether it runs or not. Push, pull, or drag it in if you have to. Choose from over 200 new Nissan models in stock, ready to drive home, and all backed by Naples Nissan's exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Get $5,000 over the KBB.com value for your trade-in and get rolling in a brand new 2022 Nissan today. Don't miss the Let's Roll America sales event only at Naples Nissan on Pine Ridge Road. That's exit 107 off I-75 or naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. With Valentine's Day approaching, you need to get your special love something spectacular and unforgettable. Usually the gift list is a dozen roses, chocolate, or diamond jewelry. But at Duncan's Diamonds, you can get all the above.
Yes, we want you to have an amazing Valentine's Day experience. At Duncan's Diamonds, we're offering a dozen roses and a box of chocolates with any purchase of $99 and above. We have the largest selection of diamond jewelry and estate Rolex watches at the best possible prices. Come see our collection of engagement rings, wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings together with roses and candy. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best this Valentine's? Duncan's Diamonds, your Valentine's Day diamond jewelry and Rolex watch headquarters. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
At FPL, we're always planning, preparing, and investing in an energy future Florida can depend on. Like one of the largest solar expansions in the nation and making our state-of-the-art natural gas plants ultra-efficient. Which, by the way, has saved all of us billions of dollars. But there's more. We also built the most intelligent grid in America. I can go on and on. Tons of ideas, countless innovation, always keeping an eye out for savings. See how at fpo.com/value.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go, everybody. It's the 5 at... Well, today it's the 5 at 8:40.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Anti-vaxxers actually took food from the mouths of the homeless.
Hungry, yeah.
Because they're so put upon. Because they have that vaccine. I'm just curious, again, where were these protests when people were required to get 5 vaccines to start school? Where were these protests when people were required to give their children 5 vaccines?
They were in the doctor's office getting vaccines.
They were in the doctor's office getting vaccines, and they were making fun of left-wingers on the West Coast for being loopy anti-vaxxers.
Okay.
Now they have met the enemy, and the enemy, their enemy, themselves, because they've become what they hated. They've become what they mocked. And now they're taking food from soup kitchens because they're so put upon for being asked to do what they've been asked to do, required to do their entire lives. It's a cult.
It's a cult, everybody. All right, so there you go. This morning from Mika and Joe and MSNBC talking about the freedom rallies that are going on, the truckers' freedom rallies in Ottawa in Canada today, as you have people who have had enough of vaccine mandates and had enough of all the mandates and all the tyranny. And there you go. It's a cult, everybody. What's going on with you? Why is all of a sudden you're changing? Because they realize that this whole thing is a cult. That's what they're worried about. And they're worried about what kind of changes are happening in the country. And there's something else to be said about what's going on in Canada coming up in just a second.
Number 4.
Durante años hemos dicho que nadie puede llegar a la Casa Blanca ni a ningún puesto importante en los Estados Unidos sin el apoyo de los latinos. Los hispanos tradicionalmente votan por el Partido Demócrata, eso dice la historia. Pero 2 encuestas, una del Wall Street Journal y otra de X Research, sugieren que la comunidad latinx se está moviendo hacia la derecha.
Okay. You may not understand what was being said right there, but there you go on, is that Telemundo? Is that what that is? Or Univision? It's one of them. I forget, but it's Jorge Ramos. That's it. Right. Jorge Ramos was talking about 2 polls that came out. 2 polls, one from the Wall Street Journal and another from Ecos Lab, suggesting that the Latinx community is shifting to the right. So Jorge Ramos is on the network explaining that the Latinx community is shifting to the right. Okay, well, if you look at the polls, you do see that the Latin community, Hispanics shifting to the right, that is a concern. And maybe if they would stop calling it the Latinx community, that they might have less shift there as well, because they don't even, it's like 1% of the community is saying that that's what they want to be called, and you keep doing it. And then you're like, I don't know why they're shifting to the right. I have no idea. Well, you're doing it.
Number 3.
They think Democrats have gone nuts. They think, that Ted Cruz guy seems like a real stiff. But at least he believes in the concept of shopping with money. It's not my fault that the party of FDR and JFK is turning into the party of LOL and WTF.
There's Bill Maher bashing the Democrats because they've gotten so loony left, far left, progressive, even for Bill Maher, that he's complaining to an audience that's clapping along. And then, of course, once they leave, they'll be like, hey, who are we voting for? What's this progressive? We're going to vote for? Democrat, right? Okay, right on.
Number 2.
Yeah, what I think is interesting about the backlash against Spotify vis-a-vis Joe Rogan is that, people are fundamentally angry about not being able to stop his audience from wanting news that is bad for them, wanting something that's bad for them. So, we're all haunted by the specter of this guy who's listening to Joe Rogan and internalizing this bad information and making bad choices as a result.
We're haunted by the specter of somebody listening to Joe Rogan and making bad choices, and everybody's really upset that there isn't more that we can do to stop Joe Rogan and all this misinformation. That is a writer on CNN, on what the reliable sources, which is kind of a funny name for a program on CNN, and Brian Stelter, the CNN program, trying to make the case that we got to stop Joe Rogan, and people just don't know, and they go to Joe Rogan, and they're getting all this misinformation, and we've got to help, we've got to stop. That's why we got to take him down off of Spotify. We have to do something. Can you imagine the guy in his basement who's listening and thinking all of this is true and it's misinformation, and we got to stop? Really? Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Number 1.
It's time for the American people to declare independence from every last COVID mandate. We have to tell this band of hypocrites, tyrants, and racists that we're done with having them control our lives, mess with our children, and close our businesses. We're moving on from COVID. Whether they like it or not, we're moving on.
Whether they like it or not, we're moving on. That was the former President Trump at a big, huge rally in Texas over the weekend.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Where about, about a couple of hundred people showed up. It was a small, intimate crowd, and it was pretty quiet. Sorry, it wasn't a Biden event. What am I talking about? There were tens of thousands of people that showed up at this event, but you wouldn't know it because nobody wants to report on it. Well, at least the mainstream media doesn't want to report on it. But the president saying a couple of things, former President Trump, saying a couple of things that we have to listen to that are very important. Number 1, we're done. We're moving on. We are moving on from COVID. We know what it is. We're ready to manage it. We understand. And now we need to completely move on as other countries have done. And we don't want to be last in line for that. We're done with the tyranny. We are finished with the tyranny of the left in this country and trying to get us to do all of these things when we already know what the vid is and isn't, and it's time to move on. And the only way that that's going to happen is to have like situations in Canada that are going on right now, where, in case you don't know about this, you had a 40 to 50 mile plus convoy of truckers making their way to Ottawa. The same amount of farmers making their way to Ottawa, people making their way to Ottawa to protest the tyranny that is happening with the government, with vaccine mandates, and they've had enough, and they're ready to sit there as long as it takes. And it's when the people speak up and the people speak out and say enough is enough, that's when everything ends. Everything ends when we say we are done, and many people are done. Joe Rogan is somebody who is bringing on people to talk about the vid, to talk about what was not allowed to be spoken about in the past, but now is being talked about. Remember, it wasn't too long ago when half the things that are being said right now, you couldn't say. And they're trying to cancel Joe Rogan because millions of people listen to the program. They want to hear the conversation with people like Robert Malone, who he's had on, who has 9 patents for mRNA technology. That is what's being used in vaccines. And may I remind everybody, and I know by experience, being used for cancer treatments as well, and that this person is not allowed to have a say in what is going on. You can't say anything about that, which seems ridiculous, that you can't have a conversation. Spotify is now going to have a content advisory on podcasts that talk about COVID because they got to combat misinformation. Really? But that's what's happening. And Joe Rogan is like, I just want to have conversations with people. That's all it is. And the things that are being said right now, cloth masks aren't doing any good. the natural immunity and how strong it is. And data now says that recovered COVID-19 patients less likely than vaccinated to get infected. But if you said that before, you weren't allowed to say it. Now everybody is saying it. And why is that misinformation? A lot of questions being asked about that. Bill Maher on how crazy everything has become with Democrats and how out of control it is. And how, look, Bill Maher's not a hero. Bill Maher's not a hero for saying all of these things. He's part of the problem. He complained about regulations. Are you kidding me? He brags about the point that Democrats are the ones who are known for regulations. No, I'm not kidding. Listen.
We need a law for that? You have to inject yourselves into everything, from where you can throw a frisbee to who can braid hair? This is why so many people, by the way, were triggered by COVID policies. They were already sick of rules. Regulation should be a good issue for Democrats. It's certainly one they're associated with. And I think the average voter would agree that
Look, can I stop? All right, let me stop right there quickly. I'm sorry, Jake. I have to stop right there. You're right. The Democrats are the party of regulations, out of control regulations, regulating everything from the side, like he's talking about, frisbees to the way you could ride your bike, to the way you could walk, to the way you can breathe and how you can breathe and what you have to wear and what you can't wear, and every single thing that they continue to do. You think if see, this is the thing. Bill Maher thinks that once the pandemic goes away, all of these things will go away as well. No. It's just getting worse and worse and more, and it's your party. It's the Democrat Party that's doing this. It's presidents like President Trump who tried to take away all of these regulations, stifling businesses, stifling corporations, stifling our way of life, stifling our liberties and our freedom. And you just keep doing it. And then he tries to make this case that, and this is where you got this ridiculous argument here. He says,
should be a good issue for Democrats.
Yeah, okay, he brought up, yeah.
And I think the average voter would agree that banks and chemical plants and drug companies need watching. Telling a company, you can't dump the waste from your hog farm straight into the water supply. We're mostly all for that.
Yeah, well, that's not what we're talking about, and he knows it. It's not that kind of regulation that we're talking about. We're talking about the little things that he described even before this. So it's just ridiculous. Again, you don't put Bill Maher on a pedestal. You just play the audio because it's humorous to listen to a liberal who's attacking his own liberal buddies and his party and how destructive they are when he took part in all of the destruction of the party and the country, may I add, with all the things that led up to this point, as if Bill Maher didn't have anything to do with it. He was on the outside looking in, really, which is ridiculous. And again, it's important to remember as we bring it back again, and we got to go. When it comes to the Canadian truckers and the rally and what is going on and how important it is to this country and other countries as well to see that people have had enough. And when you have leaders that are saying, it's just these are just a small group of people that are doing this. This is just a minority of individuals. It's a fringe minority. Really, is it? No, it's not. Because of all the things that we know, and people have had enough. And once again, to leave you with one of the most important things you'll hear all day, if you've not heard this before, it is so important. In 1967, and Ronald Reagan, who was speaking about this generation and every generation moving forward in this country, how we're one generation away.
You and I have lived too long with this miracle to properly be appreciative. Freedom is a fragile thing, and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. It is not ours by way of inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again.
And he's exactly right about that. There's no doubt. So if you think that the fight is going to end in a 22 election or a 24 election, the political battles never end, everybody. You got to be hardened, and you just got to be ready to continue, because they don't quit. And they're not going away, and neither are we. But we have to win at the end of the day, as you're listening to Ronald Reagan. We have to. Because the country's worth fighting for. All right, Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. We'll see you in the morning. Let's find out what's going on with our forecast with Wing.